There we go. All right. Here we go. Ross. Okay. Why am I not seeing it? Hold on, I'm having issues. I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing it? Y'all seeing everything okay? Hey! Why is it not showing up on my end? Hold on. Let me try this. Sometimes if I don't hold my mouth right, there it is! Yay! Okay, now we got it. How are y'all? Woof. Okay. So we didn't really talk about what we were going to do today, but I thought we would do a grapevine. Thank you, buddy. Because we haven't done a true grapevine with flowers. So I thought we would do that tonight. Let me get this out of the way. I wanted to show you something too. Okay, so you remember the sign we made? Look at this. Look at that. Ha! So you can make one of these with the welcome on it and get the little welcome ribbon. How awesome does that look together? See? Okay. I just had to show you that because I got that from Sims. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our bow. Okay. How are y'all? Look at this. This is our inspiration. I don't know if we're going to put it on the wreath or not. Probably, but we'll see. But this is our inspiration. But I want y'all to pick out the ribbon. Okay, so we've got to have one that is a 1.5. I think I have this in yellow too. Yes. Okay, so I have the red with the dots in the 1.5, and I have the yellow in the 1.5. So we'll have to decide which one we'd rather use, the yellow or the red. Okay, then we can either use, this is our 2.5, or this, or this. So y'all tell me which one you like and which 1.5 you like, and then that's what we'll do. Hey Sue, hey Jonathan, hey Mari. Jonathan, I thought you were gonna blow your top tonight. Don't stress too much. People are just thinking it's funny. So, my goodness, it's warm in this room. Okay, so what do we think? Hello. So what ribbon do y'all like? Hey Teresa, look what I got. La la la. We're gonna play with this tonight. So what do we think? Do we want to do yellow or red in the 1.5? Oh, he's fine. Ella was a little bit, she was a little extra Ella today. Hey. Hey, Angelique. All right. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, so do you want the yellow or the red for the 1.5? We'll start with that. Yellow? Okay, so I'll grab the yellow. So then, that means that we really need to have either this one. Let's see, do I have this in a big one? I don't. I think I do. I think I might. So what about this one? You like this one? You want to do this one with the yellow, or you want to do this one with this one. So see, both of them have polka dots. I know it's hard to see. There we go. Now you can see them. And these have larger polka dots. See, those are larger, and these are real tiny. But they look really good with these. You see? Which yellow? This yellow? The big polka dots or the little polka dots? So what we're going to do is we're going to do the bow first, because the way I want to do this one, the gingham red, like this, and then do the small yellow. I know, right? Don't you love these? So how about we do this one, and I will grab the yellow with the tiny dots. You want to do that? Okay, let's do that. Hold on, let me switch these out. Okie dokie. Hokey pokey, Bella. Alright, so these of course came from Sims. So we're going to do these two. I like that combination. Lord help me. Come on, fan, kick in. It's when I turn on that. it's when I turn on this little glue pot over here. It gets what? Okay. And I think we need a couple more glue sticks in there. Right. So I had told you that we were going to do a wreath where we would do ribbons kind of all over it. So that's what we're doing tonight. So when you do this kind, you want to do the ribbons first, because if you don't do the ribbons first, it's harder to get the whole thing put together. Alright, so even though I like my 4-in-1, it's kind of got stuff on it, so we're going to use the Easy Bow. Now you can do this by hand too. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is figure out how long. Can you see? Let me turn on that light in the back. Where's the other one? I'm telling you what, I got to take myself a day off and clean up this room because it is making me insane. There, that's better. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, okay, and I have it on the cap. You see how it's on the cap? So it's just mounted on here. And the reason I like this is because it's adjustable. So I can raise it like this and back down. You can also raise this part here. You can rotate it with this. See? Alright, and you can spin it. Alright? Okay. So the reason I like that is because I can say, okay, which is the better side? So this side is a little bit wider. Okay, so that's the side I want showing. Or I think maybe we'll have this side showing because you see this is nice and thick in here. Sorry, I had pulled it out. Okay, so this is nice and thick in here. So that might be the one that we want out. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a semicircle from, yeah, I think I like it better that way, from like here to here. Alright, so we pick our degree that we're going to do it from here to here. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is when I do the bow, I don't want to do the bow exactly in the middle because it kind of cuts it off. So it's a little bit better if you either do it a little higher or a little lower. I tend to like a little higher. So if this is the middle, I'm going to go about right here with this little piece is. With that in mind, I'm going to decide how long I want left, okay? So I'm gonna have one curl here, one curl here, and then a little bit hanging down. So this is, what, 36, about 46 inches. Okay, that's how long we want that one. I know that sounds really long, but you just have to trust me, it works. Okay. Well, you'll see. You'll see what I mean. All right, so now we have how long, and this is going to be a simple bow, okay, because you don't want your bow to overpower everything. So I just put it down. All right, I'm going to go out to 6 inches. Okay, place it down, twist it. Okay, I'm going to go 6 inches again. All right, like that. Then again, so we're probably going to use most of this roll, maybe all of it. Okay. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Carl. Brenda, did you get some of this when you were there, some of this ribbon? I really like this. Okay. I'm going to do one more loop. So we're going to do 3 of each. Nothing overpowering. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not going to cut the second one this long. I'm going to cut the second one about 3/4 of the way. Okay, about right there. So hold on, I'll tell you what that is. Okay. So it's about 30 inches. So about 10 inches shorter. All right. Now we're going to do this one. Alright, so I want this first one to be the same length. Okay, so I'll just use that one to do it. You didn't? Oh my gosh, I love this. I'm so glad I went back and got it. This is what I got when we went back from lunch. Alright. So 6 inches. Okay. 6 inches again. So I'm just using these loops to measure. Okay. And we may do, I don't know, we may just do 2 of the yellow. Let me see. I kind of like that. Alright. How in the world did I get that twisted? I've got it on the roll. Okay. There. So now, we'll pull this out and cut it off. Same length as this one. So, if you cut your tails short, don't stress because there's a way to add them on later. Okay? Alright. Now, I thought I had put some in here. Okay. I'm going to use a black zip tie. I'm just going to slide it under there. Start tying it off. So this is a nice simple bow. Okay. Slide it around the back. Okay. And then I will slide another zip tie underneath it. All right. And now I'm gonna tighten it. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, so we've got our bow. Just a nice, simple bow. Okay. All right. So remember, let me see. Hold on, I'm trying to decide which side I had. There. Okay, that's what I want. So I'm just going to take this here, and I'm going to put it, remember we said I'm going to put it right up here. So let me scoot us in and maybe zoom in a little bit. This is going to be a different kind of zoom. There! That's a little better. Alright. So, right up here, I'm just going to take it and slide it under some of these sticks. There we go. All right. Now, seriously, I put it on upside down. Did I? No, it'll be okay. All right, so which one's longer? This one's longer. It's fine. I just forgot to move this up to the top. For a minute there, I thought I put the bow on backwards. That scared me. All right. There we go. Now, so what we're going to do, and this is how I like to do it. Hold on, I need to tighten that up so it'll quit moving. All right. I'm going to get my bow kind of refixed here. All right. There we go. So what you do, and we're going to cheat, and we're going to use one of the little small tails, because what I like to do is go approximately 8 inches from the bow to the first loop, okay, and I want approximately a hand, so like 4 fingers tall, like that, okay. So I go and I measure, where's 8 inches? It's right here. So I'll pinch it, and what I'll do is I will use a clear small zip tie. You could also use pipe cleaners. All right. So, you know, you're not tying it down hard. You're just going to secure it on. Okay. So this is why you want to do the bow first, right? Because you're going to put flowers and stuff in here. Alright, so we've got it. We've got, well, it's really more like your fingers spread about that high. Alright, so again, well, 8 inches. Alright, so about right where this one is, about the same height. Alright. Then we're going to take it and we're going to tie it down here. All right, there we go. Now, we can take these and we curl them up. So I like to do, curl it up and then kind of cascade it down like that. Okay. You know, I've got the thing in front of Bella, but she is sacked out. There we go, just like that. So you see? And you see? So I've got them tied off. And then I'll just go through, clip off this. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can cover this. And what we're probably going to do is we're going to cover it with a little flower. Yeah, I said about 48 inches. All right, so you want it long enough to do 2 loops. All right, so the loops are what? About 6 inches. Okay, so these loops are about 6 inches. All right, and you want to go about 8 inches in between them. So now we're going to take the ribbon at the top and we're going to do exactly the same thing at the top, okay? So we're going to take this. Hey, Mama. Look, Mom, it's some of your favorite colors. All right, so I'm going to take it and it's going to go from the underside of the bow. So that's about 8 inches, this little big piece up here. So then I'm going to spray out my fingers so I know about where, you see, about like that. All right. So another little zip tie. Tie it on here. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to do one small one to here, okay, and then we're just going to curl this little piece. This one, I don't really want to do a big loop, I just want to do a small piece, okay, because what we're trying to do is we're not trying to completely take over, we still want to kind of have that C shape. These zip ties right here came from Walmart. They come in this gigantic container and it has all different sizes in it. I like it because it has little ones and big ones. Okay. Alright, now we're going to roll this up. There. And right there. Okay. So see, this is center right here. So we're just slightly above center. Alright, now we can decide whether we want to put our rooster on or not. So we're going to put some florals on it. But the rooster can either go over here like this, or he can go kind of in the center. I think he probably would be better over to the side a little bit, but we'll decide that once we get some stuff on it. Alright. So do you see why you want to put your ribbon on first? Because then as you're putting your florals in, it's not going to be difficult. So you want to put those in first. Alright. I want to show you this. This is what we're using. Don't you love that? See those colors? Alright. So, I did not have large flowers. I wanted to use these. So what you can do if you don't have large flowers is you can do this little cheat trick where you put 3 flowers together in a bunch and it kind of simulates that sounded funny, a large flower. Okay? But first we're going to put some greenery in. Alright. So strong. Oh, let me show you this first. If you got your ribbon in and you figured out that your tails weren't long enough, just take some ribbon and either put a pick on it or tie it with one of the green picks, and then you can stick it in the back of the bow and hide it. And then you can still have your tails, okay? So that's the way you do it if you somehow mess up and don't have enough. All right, so this is what we're going to use for greenery, okay? This is just a simple little greenery pick. It has just, you know, like it has like some, I don't even know what this is, like boxwood and little grass, something like that. When you're picking greenery, a great thing to do is, one, check all the little stems and make sure that they're going to be nice and sturdy when you put them in. Also, check and make sure that you can push things up or pull them out a little bit. So that way, if you need something that's a little bit longer, you can do that. If you need something that's a little bit shorter, you can do that. Okay. So the ideal amount is to have about 2 inches in order to put it into your grapevine. All right. So we're just going to clip them off about 2 inches. Okay. There we go. And the first thing you put in kind of sets the stage for your floral. All right. So what you do is you start, and you don't want to try to don't limit yourself to the wreath itself, okay? You want things to be coming off of the wreath. I have to move it back just a tad so I can get to my glue. Oh. It came undone. All right. So we'll just play for a minute. All right. So what I do is I like to start off just kind of putting out about 6 pieces. All right. Kind of on the outside, and spread them out like this. All right. And what I also like to do, well, it depends. Sometimes I will put everything in one direction, and sometimes I will do, hey Katie, sometimes I will do one direction on top and one direction on the bottom. So it really just depends on what you like, right? So I just kind of put these in, all right? And this is going to set like the dimension, all right? And when you're putting them in the grapevine, make sure that you're placing them in and it's not sticking out, because that can happen. You also don't want to be afraid to put some on the inside, okay? Like maybe here, like that. All right. Let's see, do we want to do, let's look. Maybe we'll do, yeah, I think we'll do this going up, this coming down. All right. So we've got a few more. So this is where our C ends, about right here. All right, so I don't want to put anything past that. All right, and I'll glue these in just a second. All right, so I'm going to use all that I have. I'm going to put some, let's see, right there. All right. So you see how it looks now? Is that glue done? Yeah. All right. So I just take it, run it in my glue. It's still kind of melting. And then just place it in. All right. Make sure you're spreading these out. Okay. So how are y'all doing tonight? Everybody doing okay? And don't be afraid to move things, okay? And twist them if they have a little bit of wire in them. And don't worry if you're seeing big spaces right now, because we've got tons of filler flower. So we've got these, these, and we have some of this. So it's always great to have lots of nice filler flowers around. Okay. All right. Something fell off. Now see what I'm doing? Ah! You went to Walmart to buy burlap. Oh, if y'all were not on the Bow Sunday, then I want to make sure you know that I will be putting the list out here for the supplies. We're going to be doing a butterfly. Okay, you're going to need 2 heart-shaped wreaths. You can get them, if you don't have any from the Dollar Tree, you can get them at Hobby Lobby. They're a little bit smaller, but it's not going to matter. All right. So we have the basic outline of the wreath, okay? We have our C going. The next step is to put in our flower clusters, okay? And then what we're gonna do after we put in our flower clusters is we are going to put in our filler flower, okay? So you always wanna wait to put in your filler flower, because what you're gonna be doing is you're going to be, one, you're going to be making sure that your colors are where you want them to be with your filler flower, and 2, you're going to be filling up all your spaces. Alright, let's see. I might go ahead and put this in. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put some of this in. Okay, so this, what is this stuff? Meadow grass. This is meadow grass. All right. And I really like this, and I thought I want to put just a little bit more. Okay, this one you can also push up and down. Okay. So remember, we got that about 2 inches. All right. And make sure you bend them, because remember, flowers in nature are not perfectly straight. they're bent too, right? This little stuff is getting all in my glue. That's so funny. All right, there we go. Okay, so what I just did right here is called a triangle. Okay, so when you, after you get your initial ones on that make up the shape, it's kind of a good idea to use the triangle strategy after that. So I have one here, one here, one here. That's my triangle, you see? So that really helps with balance when you're working on things with florals. Oh my goodness. Absolutely hate when I have to get up early. That is like the worst. I am not a morning person. I'm kind of more of a night person. Yep. All of this stuff came from Sims, including the rooster. All right. Now let's do some flowers. All right, so what we do is we take, and you don't want to have to take all of the florals, okay? Just push. So there's 2 on here. I'm just going to push 1 up and ignore the other one because I don't want too many on there. All right, I'm going to start cutting them off. Okay. So I think one little thing of flowers is enough. Too much and it wouldn't look right. It would look weird. Okay. Alrighty. So what y'all been doing today? Besides getting up at, holy cow, Carl, that's horrible. Well, my husband gets up at 3:30 in the morning. Honestly, I just couldn't do that job. Like, we would just have to move closer. Which I've offered to do, but he doesn't want to live down there, so we stay where we are. I am not a morning person. My dad's a morning person. Not so much. Okay. I wish I was a morning person. I think things would be a lot easier if I was. Just not. I can do about 8:30, 9. My ideal would be to sleep till 10. But, yeah, it's not realistic. But it would be nice. Okay. Okay. So, Kathy, now that you're on here, do you want to do the live with Bev? Okay. Don't need any of that. I'll throw that away. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to take a white, a red, and a yellow. Okay, and I will take the red and I will make it kind of the highest, and I want to bend it a little bit forward like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bend the white, and I'm going to bend the yellow, and I'm going to put them together. All right. About like that. Okay. And I'm going to take my little clear zip tie. I'm going to tie them all together. Yeah, me too. Me too. I stay up way too dang late. I try not to, but I'm just not sleepy. So the reason that you kind of want one to bend them over is because you want to see the flower, right? And you really kind of want to see all three. Okay. There we go. Now, once I get it like I want it, I will take a little bit of the greenery tape. Oh no, you got kicked out again? What is up with Facebook today? Y'all, if I could figure out how we could go live somewhere else, I'd do it. Facebook drives me insane. Yeah. Not Bella. Bella will sleep as long as I sleep. Okay. Here's the other trick. You only need one stem to stick it in the wreath. Okay. So just cut them off. All right. And have one with a 2-inch. All right. Okay. So yellow, white, and red. So see, I'm just kind of doing them so you can see all three. And when you put them in a batch of 3 like this, then it kind of looks like it's one big flower. So that's how you can fake it out. Covers more of the wreath when you have like a bunch like this. You could do 2 or 3 depending on what what colors you were doing. And more of the little floral stuff. All I'm doing is covering up where that zip tie is. You just need enough to cover it up. So if somebody starts looking behind there, they're not going to see anything except green. Right? Okay. So then I just clip these off. It doesn't matter which one is longer. Just one needs to be longer. It just makes it easier to put it in if you're only putting 1 in instead of like 3. And trust me, I know, I have been there. You don't want to deal with it when it starts sticking out the other side. It's a pain. Alright, so fold it over. Aren't these pretty? I love these. Okay. And I just put them together. I don't like this greenery, looks bad on that one. Okay. So put them together. Right like that. See, like that. So you just want to kind of move them around until you get them where you want them. That greenery. And then just zip tie them together. The zip tie just works better. It holds them together better. You know? Okay. And I like to do it up pretty close to the small ones, to the stems of the small ones. I feel like it holds it better there. Okay. A little bit of my green tape. These all came from Sims. All came from Sims. All right. You can get similar stuff at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. So, and old time pottery. You're just really looking for kind of like the color scheme. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same. Okay. So we've got 3. Let's start with these. Okay. All right. So what we want to do is we want to start up here. All right. And we're going to kind of go underneath those ribbons and put that little cluster in. Okay, like that. All right. And then we're going to put another cluster over here. Whoops. This one's cut too long. I don't need it to be too long. Okay, so right here, you see how the 3 together more resemble like a large one together? Let's make sure that's in there. It doesn't feel like it's in there. Ah, okay, it's not. There we go. All right. Okay. Now we'll take this one and we'll put this one under here going down in this direction. All right, let's make another one. Okay. I don't know. Some of this greenery is just too much. Just pull that off. Okay. Okay, like that. You don't always have to leave the greenery on. You can take it right off. Alright, there we go. Pull that one down a little bit. There we go. Those things are going everywhere. Yes, the greenery is placed first because that is the base. And then I work everything around the base. Absolutely. All right. All right. There we go. Okay. Okay, and then we'll put this one here. Okay. All right. So let's see how many we have left. I think we definitely have enough to do 1 or 2 more. Okay. I don't know why, but I really like doing things in groups of 3s. It's not a steadfast rule, but it just kind of, I don't know, it just looks better to me. Alright, so I really want to put 2 more in to get my triangle. Okay. For me, it's a really great rule of thumb because it really helps me to stay focused on what I am trying to do with my floral and to keep it balanced. So I'm looking for that triangle, and you know, it can be, so your triangle could be here, here, and here. That could be one triangle. You can also use this, and have one under here, and that could be triangle. So it doesn't have to be 3. You can use some from another set. So, hey Queenie. As a matter of fact, we're going to put one right up under here. All right. Move that up a little bit. Move that up a little bit. Okay. I really don't like these big ones. Oh, here's one. I have one ready. Okay. All right, so let's see. We did here, here, here. Let's do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's do right in here. Okay. Oh, you took a floral class, huh? Cool. I've thought about doing that before. I just kind of like my own style. So, I wasn't sure if I would like that or not. Okay. So, you see how we're doing so far? Let's put, let's see. One of the things that I like to do is to involve the bow in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start putting in some of our fill in. And these are kind of small, so I'm going to put 2 together. And I'm going to push them up just a tad, like that. Alright. I'm going to start going behind my bow, like that. See, because I want things to come off. And so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start looking for that imaginary line I always draw. So remember, we're doing a C. Okay? So this is the top of our C. This is the bottom of our C. So look, you see we have places here, here, here. So we need stuff in there. That's why having something on an easel of some kind really helps. Because it's easier to kind of stand back and see where your holes are. Okay. Alright. I want to put 2 in there. Alright, there we go. And these are, what are these? Just grass white with gypsies. Some kind of gypsy. I like it because it has white. And so we're going to pull more of that white in there. And it's a really nice filler. So. And we are literally doing exactly what it says. We are filling in the areas and starting to make it like fuller. Okay. Let's see, where's my other one? There it is. See, and putting them in 2 together just means that you can take less time. You don't have to keep adding them. Alright. Right in here. Whoop. Okay. Whew. Let's put some up top. No, I don't like two there. Let's just do one. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to do one there, because those are kind of close together. And we'll move the other one over here. There we go. Alright, let's see. Alright. Oh! Ha! Look, I forgot to take off this where I tied the bow on. That's so funny. Alright. There we go. Okay. Oh! Did you just hand over the reins, Jonathan? See? Before we get finished, let me just show you what it would be like if we put our little rooster in here. I don't know, what do we think? Do we like him, or is it too busy with him? It might be too busy with him. I'm not sure. Okay. Alright, let's put in a little bit of yellow. So we have these cute little yellow wildflowers. All right. Yes, rooster, please. Okay, you got it. So I don't want there to be too much white, and I want to start including my bow a little bit. So I'm gonna have a little bit kind of around the bow. Oh, good. I know you were glad. She was a spitfire today. Okay. Right under there. Okay. I want to just kind of move this around a little bit down here. I think I like it better without that one. Okay. There, that's better. I like that better. All right, so let's do our triangle. So we've got 1, 2. I think we're gonna do the 3 underneath. Yoop. I nabbed myself. There we go. This is kind of hard to see, but you can see it when from the side. Let's see if we see any more. You know what I like? Let's put a little bit of this grass stuff. I think we need one up here. Yes, we do. Yes, yes, we do. Right up here. Right, that's gonna fix us a lot. Oh yeah. Yeah, we needed that. All right. There is something about this bottom I don't like. Hold on. Let me look at it. Okay, first of all, that is in my flowers too much. So let's move that. I think we need, I know, right? I love the yellow wildflowers too. I think we have way too much white down here. So let's see. Let's put this in. Okay. Let's take this one out. That's better. So sometimes when you get things in, you figure out there's too much of one thing. That's better. All right, let's put another one. Better. Yes, much better. Okay. Oh, we need one right there. So we've got our triangle going on here, but we're missing it up here, so we got to fix that. Let's see. I like to push them up and make them smaller. Okay. There. I think we need a little bit of something right there. And we need to add something in the bow. Let's add, let's see, what do we want to put in the bow? Let's put, let's see if that's too much. That's too much. Let me see. Take a little bit of this off. Okay. I'm doing surgery over here. Because I want to put something in the middle of the bow, but I don't want it to be too much. So, that's good. All right. Hey, Casey. That's better. All right, so we got to put something up here. And that's too close together. Maybe that's what I don't like. That's better. I think we need, let's put little sunflowers up there. Little wildflowers up there. That'd be good. Yep. So all I'm doing now is just figuring out where I need a little bit of extra color so that it doesn't get all clumped together. All right. I think that's it. So what are we thinking? Woo, look at all that up there. Does that make y'all nervous going way outside the bounds of the wreath? Okay, let's kind of move them. It used to make me so nervous to do that. That's so funny. All right, let's add on our rooster. So let's kind of angle him maybe like this. Let's see if I can. I think I want to move that. I'm going to move this set up. They do scare you? You know what? You just have to play with it. I mean, there's really no rules, right? And if it looks good to you, it's going to look good to someone else. So, there. That's better. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I like that. All right, let's get him in here. used to scare me a little bit too, but I was bound and determined that I was going to do whatever my sister did. That is how I got into doing wreaths. Isn't that funny? Yep, that's why. Because my sister did it, so I had to do it. Okay. Hold on. Alright, so he has a little hook in the back right here. So I'm going to utilize that, and then I'm going to use his little legs because we're going to tuck them up under here, and I'm going to tie those in. Sister wife. Y'all are so funny. Alright. Okay. So I'm just putting it right in that little hook. And I'll use that to tie. And around his little legs. Oh, I have another one, dear. So funny about the roosters. Alright, so just twist it. Alright. So I'm going to kind of put his legs down here, kind of underneath the flower. Now I'm just going to stick this wire through. This one's easy to stick through. Now, you know, if it wasn't, I'd be using my little tool. But this one goes right through. Alright, so guy's legs there. Okay. Alright. And then his body. Oh, wait, I put that one up too high. I don't want to be able to see it. There we go. All right, now I got him. Okay. All right, so in the back, to cover up where I put him, I will just put a couple of leaves. Little spare leaves, like a couple of these. I just put a little glue on it and put it right over the wire. Alright, and there it is. Woo. Hold on, let me make myself big here so y'all can see it. Whoop, like that. There we go. All right, so what do y'all think? So you can see the ribbon. So you see the ribbon coming across here, and here, down here, and across the top. Woo! I got glue everywhere. All right, well, this was fun. Awesome. All right, so y'all have any questions? Now that I have made a mess everywhere. I know, I do too. I love the little rooster. He's so cute. Awesome. Woof. Wonderful. Okay, so next Monday, we are doing, what do y'all want to do? Do you want to do the butterfly first? Or the apple? Which one do we want to do? Because it'll be a difference in what you'll need to order. Thank you. Okay. Yep, I sure will. I will put them out there. So, I think maybe we should do, yes, the butterfly. Okay, so remember, you're going to need 2 heart shapes. Did I put those up? You're going to need some of the, I don't know where I put it. You need some of the canvas plastic. Okay, and I'm going to put a list out there, but just so you'll be prepared, and have a couple different colors of your favorite mesh. So, like pretty colors, like pinks, greens, blues, something like that. Okay. And then the next Monday after that, we are going to do the apple. And for the apple, you're going to need styrofoam, like a big block of styrofoam, or a big styrofoam circle, and you're going to need red flowers. So what I got is red carnations. So that's what we're going to be using. At least that's what I'm going to be using. So, but pretty much any red flower that's, you know, just kind of a large red flower would work. Mom's would work. So, it'll be fun. It's going to be fun. All right. Well, I will see y'all on Sunday, for both Sunday. Well, what did I say we were going to do for both Sunday? Oh, y'all, we're going to do cricket. We're doing cricket on both Sunday. So, we're going to add something to this sign and finish this sign up with a little, you know, string on the side. And we're just going to go through some stuff with cricket. And, of course, we're going to make bows. Because it is our multi-Sunday, where all 4 groups come together. But I thought it would be fun to do the cricket for sure. Okay. All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful night. I will post all the SKUs for this. And I will post the supply list for the butterfly and for the apple. Yep, wire hearts, exactly. Yep, because what we're going to do is we're going to put the 2, and you need the little styrofoam balls. The small ones, and it's better if you have the ones that are softer, but I'll put all that out so you can see it. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put the 2 hearts together like this. We're going to put the canvas in the middle. We're going to put the little styrofoam balls up the center to mimic the body, and then we're going to put mesh all over it to make it look like a butterfly. Thank you. All right, well, y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you pretty soon. Okay?